We, the directors and families of Mulgrave School, very much appreciate the opportunity to come forward this evening to request permission to develop property in the Lower Rogers West area for our growing independent school.
I think that was, over 20 years ago that we bought the site. We ended up looking at the 13 different sites, and we went through a comprehensive analysis on all of those 13 sites to ensure that all of the sites met the criteria that we were looking at. And at the end of the day, we came back to this particular site and realized that this was, this is where Mulgrave had to be built.
A site like this would satisfy a lot of potential. We had all kinds of financial challenges, notwithstanding the bond issue of how we actually raised the money.
We ended up using a structure that was borrowed, I think, from another school, and we put a mortgage bond in place and made it an RRSP eligible mortgage bond. So at the end of the day, we raised the $7.5 million and were able to buy the land. But we had a problem because we didn't have, we were limited at the North Shore Winter Club to, I think we could only house 200 students there, 220 students. But the bank said, well, at this point, you need to have 400 students in place. So how could we do that if we didn't have a facility? So I remember, in terms of creativity, John coming to a board meeting, and he put this little white box on the table and said, here's our solution. And people were looking at it, well, what do you mean by the solution? How can that white box help solve the problem? He said, well, we need to build a temporary facility on this site.
So I borrowed some hard paper from my daughter's art class, and I cut it up. My daughter's going, what are you doing, Dad? You haven't, so I skipped in there. I'm building my little box, and then I put it on a site plan. And then I kind of, this is it. So I told my kids, this is going to be your school for the next few years.
I have a window.
When we look back at that period, maybe 1993 to the year 2000, it was just amazing what this group of early parents and early teachers and educators achieved. Creating this school, a very visionary school, a very innovative and creative design, in effect a 7-year period, was nothing short of incredible.
In the fall of 2001, students and staff moved into Mulgrave's forever home. The inauguration of the stunning 100,000 square foot facility was attended by hundreds of community members. The Earl of Mulgrave, as well as the first student ever registered in Mulgrave, Tyler Soloway, cut the ribbon. The ceremony took place on October the 18th.
Whether it was construction expertise or finance expertise, it was legal expertise, it was organization expertise.
Legal, yes.
All those factors kind of came into play to make things work. And I think creativity is huge when it comes to success.
And being passionate about the school and being involved.